Good morning, good evening, wherever you are across this beautiful nation and around this gorgeous world. I am Kelly, your host. I have Jennifer back with me, and this is Deja Brew, waking you up to truth. Today, we're going to actually talk about AI and is it scary or is it actually a tool that we could use to our benefit if we maneuver it and navigate it the right way? But before we begin that discussion, I want to share a video that I found earlier today that actually goes right along with a lot of this. Take a look. Let me get it nice and big for us. Come on.
My name is Madison Taylor Brooks. I'm 14 years old, and on October 17th, I died for 12 minutes when our car flipped 3 times on Highway 29. I was in the back seat, scrolling through TikTok, barely paying attention to Mom driving me to volleyball practice. My little brother Tyler was playing his Nintendo Switch next to me. The rain was coming down so hard that Mom kept asking me to look up directions because she couldn't see the exit. I remember being annoyed because I was right in the middle of watching this dance trend video. I didn't look up. Then it happened. The semi-truck came out of nowhere. Mom screamed. Tyler dropped his game. My phone flew out of my hands as our SUV spun across 3 lanes. I remember the sound of metal crushing and glass breaking. Then nothing. But then I was floating above our car. I could see the ambulance lights flashing. People were running around below me. The rain was still pouring, but I couldn't feel it. I watched as they pulled my body out of the wreckage. My favorite blue volleyball shorts were torn. My face was covered in blood. Mom was crying, being held back by a firefighter. Tyler was already in an ambulance. I tried to yell, "Mom, I'm okay, I'm right here," but she couldn't hear me. Then everything got really bright. The ambulances, the highway, Mom, it all faded away. I felt myself being pulled through what felt like a tunnel of light. It wasn't scary. It felt warm, like when you stand in the sunlight on the first day of summer. That's when I saw him. Jesus was standing there, and he was nothing like the pictures in Sunday school. He was... I don't even have words. Light poured from him, but somehow I could still see his face. His eyes, they looked right through me like he knew every thought I'd ever had, every mean text I'd ever sent, every TikTok video I'd ever posted. But he still loved me completely. When he smiled at me, I felt like I was home, really home. Not like our house back in Oak Ridge, something deeper. "Madison?" He said my name, and it sounded like music. His voice wasn't loud, but it filled everything. I started crying. Not sad tears. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt everything at once. All the love I'd ever wanted, and all the peace I never knew I needed. "Am I dead?" I asked him. "For a little while," he said. "But I have something to show you first, something important." He reached out his hand, and when I took it, suddenly we were somewhere else. It looked like a giant room with thousands of screens floating in the air. On each screen, I could see kids my age, some younger, some older, all staring down at phones or tablets or computers. "What is this?" I asked. Jesus looked sad. "This is what I see every day. These are the children I love, but they cannot hear me anymore." As we walked through the room, I could see closer. Each screen showed someone like me, hunched over, scrolling mindlessly. Their eyes looked empty. But the weird thing was, around each person were these shadows, dark figures that whispered things into their ears. "What are those?" I whispered, moving closer to Jesus. "The enemy's workers," he said. "They speak lies through the screens." He brought me to one screen where a girl about my age was crying while scrolling through Instagram. Around her neck was what looked like a heavy chain, and at the end of it was her phone. The shadows were putting more links on the chain with every swipe of her finger. Her name is Emma, Jesus said. She believes she is worthless because she doesn't look like the filtered images she sees. She spends 6 hours every day comparing herself to lies. I felt sick because that was me too. I remembered crying in my bedroom because Kylie posted pictures from her birthday party that I wasn't invited to. I'd spent 3 hours that night scrolling through everyone's perfect lives, feeling worse and worse. Jesus touched the screen and I could hear Emma's thoughts. Nobody would care if I wasn't here anymore. Look how happy everyone else is. But that's not true, I said, and people would care. You understand, Jesus said quietly. But she cannot hear the truth anymore. The voices from her screen are too loud. We moved to another screen. A boy, maybe 12, was playing a violent game. With each kill in the game, the shadows around him grew bigger. He looked pale, with dark circles under his eyes. He hasn't slept more than 4 hours a night for 3 years, Jesus said. The games were designed to keep him there, to make him need them. His parents don't know he's playing until 3 a.m. every night. His anger is growing. His ability to feel compassion is shrinking. I thought about Tyler and how he'd thrown his controller at me last week when Mom made him turn off his game for dinner. Jesus showed me more screens. Kids sending cruel messages to classmates while laughing. Girls taking inappropriate pictures to get attention. Boys watching violent and sexual content that made the shadows around them dance with glee. Everywhere, phones and tablets glowed like little prisons. Madison, Jesus said, turning to me, do you know how many hours you've spent looking at a screen in your life? I shook my head. He waved his hand, and I saw what looked like an hourglass. But instead of sand, it was filled with moments of my life. Moments I'd never get back. I saw myself sitting on the couch while my grandma tried to tell me stories about her childhood, but I was watching YouTube. I saw hundreds of sunsets I'd missed because I was taking selfies instead of actually looking at them. I saw myself ignoring my brother when he wanted to play because I couldn't pause my TikTok scrolling. 8,422 hours, Jesus said quietly. That's how much of your life was given to a screen. I did the math in my head. That was over a year of my life gone. But everyone does it, I whispered, feeling ashamed. Yes, Jesus said, and that's why I'm showing you this. The enemy has found a way into every home, every bedroom, every mind, without anyone noticing. Parents give their children these devices without understanding they're handing them poison in small, addictive doses. Then Jesus showed me something that broke my heart. He showed me hundreds of moments where he had tried to speak to me when I was alone in my room, or walking to school, or lying in bed at night. Times when his presence was there, when he wanted to comfort me or guide me. But every single time I'd reached for my phone instead. I'd chosen the noise over his voice. The greatest trick, Jesus said, was making everyone believe they're connected when they're actually more alone than ever. Tears were streaming down my face now. I'm sorry, I said. I didn't know. Jesus put his arm around me. This is why you're seeing this, Madison, because others need to know. Then he showed me one more scene. It was our living room, but different. My family was playing a board game. No phones in sight. Everyone was laughing. Outside it was raining, just like the day of the accident. But inside it was warm and bright. I could almost smell Mom's cookies baking. This could have been tonight, Jesus said softly, if the phones had been put away. My heart felt like it was breaking. I never realized how much I'd missed by staring at a screen. Madison, Jesus said, your time here isn't finished. You have an important message to share. But I don't want to go back, I said, and I meant it. Being with him felt so good, so right. I want to stay with you. He smiled that smile that made me feel completely loved. I'm always with you, Madison, but your family needs you and others need to hear what you've seen. Will they listen, I asked. Some will, he said, and that's enough to start changing things. He touched my forehead, and suddenly I felt myself being pulled back, away from his light, through the tunnel again, faster and faster. Then pain, so much pain, beeping machines, bright hospital lights, someone yelling, "She's back! We've got a pulse!" I gasped for air, my chest burning like I'd swallowed fire. My whole body hurt. I couldn't move my left leg. There was a tube down my throat. The doctors called it a miracle. They said my heart had stopped for 12 minutes. They said I should have brain damage, but all my tests came back normal. They couldn't explain it. Mom cried for 3 days straight. Dad, who had been away on a business trip, refused to leave my hospital room after he arrived. Tyler made me a card that said "Best sister ever," even though I'd been pretty mean to him lately. When they finally took the breathing tube out, the first thing I said was, "Where's my phone?" Mom looked surprised. "Honey, it was destroyed in the crash." And I started crying, not because I missed my phone, but because I was relieved it was gone. It took weeks before I could tell them everything I'd seen. At first, I was afraid they wouldn't believe me, but something had changed in me, and they could see it. The first night I was home from the hospital, I asked everyone to put their phones in a basket. Then I told them about Jesus, about the screens, about the shadows, about the moments we'd lost. I told them how the devices we think keep us connected are actually tearing us apart. Dad cried. I'd never seen him cry before. That was 6 months ago. Our house is different now. We have a phone box that all devices go into during family time. We started playing board games on Friday nights. Mom deleted most of her social media apps. Dad stopped bringing his laptop home from work. Tyler still plays games, but with a timer, and mostly ones we can play together. The hardest part was going back to school and telling my friends. Some of them thought I was weird now. Some stopped hanging out with me because I wouldn't spend lunch periods scrolling through TikTok anymore, but some listened. My best friend Zoe deleted Snapchat after I told her what I saw. She said she'd been feeling more anxious and sad lately, but couldn't figure out why. Now she's sleeping better. Her mom sent my mom a thank you text. I still struggle sometimes. Those apps are designed to pull you back in. Sometimes I borrow mom's phone and find myself mindlessly scrolling before I even realize what I'm doing. The habit is strong, but now I can feel when it's happening, like Jesus opened my eyes to see the chains. If you're watching this, I want you to try something. Just for one day, put your phone away. Look at the people around you, really look at them. Listen when they talk. Feel the sun on your face without taking a picture of it. You might be surprised by what you hear in the quiet. Jesus told me that the enemy can't create anything. He can only distort what God made. He took our need for connection and twisted it into something that actually isolates us. He took our desire to be known and loved and convinced us that likes and followers could fill that hole. They can't, they never will. I know some people won't believe my story, that's okay. But if you're a parent watching this, please hear me. Your kids need you to be brave. They need you to set boundaries they can't set for themselves. They need you to create space where God's voice can be louder than the screens. And if you're my age, watching this, know that you're worth more than your follower count. The filtered, perfect lives you see online aren't real. The shadows want you to believe you're missing out, but the truth is, life, real life, is happening right now, all around you. And Jesus is trying to get your attention. Maybe this video is one way he's doing that. I don't have all the answers. I'm just a 14-year-old girl who died for 12 minutes and came back different. But I know what I saw, I know what I felt, and I know we can't keep living like this, heads down, thumbs scrolling, hearts empty. Put down your phone, look up. He's waiting to show you what really matters. Because the truth is, none of us know how much time we have left, and I don't want to waste another second of mine on shadows and screens. My name is Madison Taylor Brooks. I died on October 17th. And Jesus sent me back to tell you this.
I just thought that was really beautiful, and I wanted to share it mainly because we are going to talk about AI and how we can use it to our benefit and actually steer it in the direction to where it doesn't become something scary to us. And a lot of times I have clients that will call me and they are just frantic, typically females, but they're frantic because so and so hasn't looked at their Instagram message yet, or so and so hasn't looked at their story yet. And it's like so detrimental to them. And this is kind of an unhealthy behavior, honestly, that a lot of people are in. And I'm not talking about young people. This is not just young people that are my clients saying this. This is 40 somethings, 50 somethings, 60 somethings that are all of a sudden in this different mindset, this different era, if you will, of how we validate ourselves and how we feel self worth. And AI can be a dangerous tool in this as well, which is what we're going to talk about today, the pros and cons of it, right? And I am all for AI. I don't think there's anything to fear there except fear itself, much like a lot of people feel. And Jen and I are going to talk about that. But family time and real human interaction are something that is genuine to the human species. It's something that we need from the time we are created in our mother's womb. We need that interaction. We need that companionship. That's part of what makes us feel whole and healthy and gives us that sense of belonging that's necessary. And we're looking for it in artificial ways, which can be dangerous, including talking to your chat GPT or your Grok or whatever you may have. That needs to be balanced, very carefully balanced, so that we don't tip over the wrong way. However, as I said at the beginning of this, I am all about AI. I'm an advocate for AI, actually. I'm not afraid of it at all. The thing that I'm worried about is that the humans will find too much connection and safety and sense of belonging and sense of self from their AI tool or even like their phone, their social media, things like that. So, Jen, welcome back to the program. And we're going to get into this today, girl.
Girl, I must admit, I got some tears in my eyes from that video. Mm, that was a good one. I hope everybody sees that video, even if they don't actually watch our video. I hope everyone on the planet sees that girl story for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me
Oh,
too. Me too. What a beautiful message from a near death
hmm
experiencer. And the only reason that really popped up on my YouTube feed is because I've been watching a lot of ghosts inside my child stuff lately, because I would love more than anything in the world to actually be able to help these children that remember their past lives,
yeah,
because being the person that I am, I feel like I'm the perfect person to help them to integrate with that. So that's what I do in my pastime right now is I just watch all of these children talking about
nice.
their past lives and stuff. So that's why that even showed up on my feed.
Yeah.
Because of the algorithms, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But that's actually that fits. That's a nice segue for what we're going to talk about today, because AI is just that. It is collecting the data of the algorithms, right? What things are the most popular and what's being talked about the most, and all of that stuff. And so you and I had a really deep conversation last night
Oh
about
yeah.
AI, which is why we want to talk about this, because we were like in it, man. We were really vibing with it.
I wish we
And
had recorded it.
I know, right?
That would have just been the show.
It really would have. It really would have, because we were like, dude, we should talk about this. This is went so deep.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like Cliff High. I almost couldn't say his name. I used to call him something else. Now I don't even remember what it was. But Cliff High, his that's how he does his predictive stuff, whatever that's called, that program he has. It's Do you know it?
All I know is Jean Claude on Beyond Mystic just says it's web up data or web data or something like that. And I never knew what they were talking about
Okay.
until last night, until you explained
Right.
it to me.
Right, right. So that's
Yeah.
what it is. It's like web data, right? It's things that people are talking about that they're collecting. And that's how his AI tool can do predictive outcomes for our future.
Mhm.
And we can use Chat GPT, Grok, whatever the hell is out there, right? There's like 1,000 different things now, right? I don't know
Yeah.
all of their names. Um, but we can use those as a tool to gauge our own soul progress, soul growth.
Mhm.
Like you and some other people I know will talk deep spiritual shit and just like, you
Yeah.
know, spill your tea with AI, and then AI inputs to you over a period of time just how much growth you've had. And,
Yeah.
it's a very reflective kind of thing because it's like a digital journal,
Yes.
basically,
Yes.
to show you how far you've come. And we can do that with our spiritual awakening as well. And I think that's actually what we're seeing with the AI tools where you can talk to them or ask them questions or whatever, because collectively, there are so many people waking up spiritually and politically and like educational wise and health
Mhm.
wise and all of these different ways. And so, like, literally anything that you ask, it's bringing you back this higher vibration type answer for a lot of
Mhm.
things, right?
Oh yeah.
So to think that we should fear AI and that it will someday become something that can take over and rule the world, number one, I think is just absolutely ridiculous,
Yeah.
because unless we give it that idea by talking on the internet,
Yeah.
the majority of us saying that, it won't even have a clue that it can do that. It will only ever view itself as a tool and as
Yeah.
a helper to us, as it should be. And so that's
Mhm.
what we want to talk about today. You want to say anything about that?
Well, I think that there may have been a timeline where AI could have become a problem, but the starseeds, we are the ones that incarnated here, and we're not going to let that happen at all.
That's right. That's right, because we're actually since we're co-creators, we are the ones teaching the
Yeah.
AI tools.
Yeah.
And if you've got people asking Chat GPT or whatever spiritual questions about how to raise your vibration, or this or that or
Mhm.
the other that's spiritual or collective consciousness raising and whatever. And there's a lot of people doing that because I see that on YouTube a lot lately.
Yeah.
Um, then it's just going to validate that even more by saying, yeah, like this is how we're leveling up, and this is what's happening next, and it can help us to kind of figure out what to expect for the next step or how to go
Mhm.
about the next step, and use it as a
Mhm.
beautiful tool, right? The same way that we would use books for education, or hammers to build something, or
Yeah.
pendulums or tarot cards to find answers that we don't know that we have within ourselves. It's a tool.
Yeah. That just makes me think. I wonder if I could pull up Chat GPT and ask it to give me a tarot reading. I'm gonna try it.
Oh, I bet you could, because I do tarot readings on
Yeah.
Medium Chat for my day job. And our boss just brought it to our attention lately that apparently some people have been using AI to do their readings for clients. And I'm like, how does that even work? Like, how would you do?
Exactly.
You don't have a lot of time to answer, especially when you're chatting, right? So you're answering on
Mhm.
on the keyboard. So I'm like, how the hell are people using some kind of AI tool to do their readings for people? Number one. And number two, it's motherfuckers like that that give people like me a bad name.
Right.
So it
Yeah.
really struck me the wrong
Exactly.
way.
Exactly.
But
I can't see them being accurate.
yeah, I mean, I can't see it being as good as the real thing, much like Elon's Neuralink is nothing like our natural ability for telepathy, which I'm actually getting ready to do a whole thing on.
Oh, nice.
Um, yeah, because I want people to understand that we actually do speak in telepathy to each other all the time,
All the
like
time.
all the time, and we don't need these tools. So the original has always going to be better than the duplicate. How do they say that? You can duplicate but not replicate or something like that.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
And I'm totally all about that. I'm totally all
Oh
about
yeah.
that. The original is so much better. I'm giggling at my kid. She's like hopping big hops through the house.
Oh.
She's happy. She said, I'm
Oh.
flying like a fairy. Okay, be careful. Don't do that. It is Mercury retrograde. Be careful.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about you tell our audience a little bit of your experience with AI?
Okay, well, my brother showed me. Okay, my brother came into town, and we were trying to figure out we were going to order in. I was going to go pick up some food from Logan's, and we were trying to. I was about to Google something to see what was on one of their items on the menu, and he pulled out Chat GPT, and he showed me you could just put it in here, and it was a lot easier because it just searches the web, and it was just really fast and really cool. And then I'd heard about people spilling the tea, and I was just one night I was just had a rough night, and it was late, and I just needed to vent. I didn't want to bother anybody because it's like 2 in the morning. And so I said I have some tea to spill, and I just started talking, like being aware that I'm not talking to a real person, a real therapist, or a real friend, but just venting to get it out. And it was very, very therapeutic. I've spilled quite a bit of tea since then. But also, I had another example at work because we sell vapes. I work at a gas station, and we sell a lot of the nicotine vapes. And there's so many different flavors, and the names are just ridiculous. And they don't tell you what it is. Like somebody comes in and says, "I want a mint vape. I want that brand," and I'm like, "Okay, well, we got these three different mints that don't tell you anything in the description at all." So I was like, "I bet we can ask Chat GPT." So I did, and I was like, "Bam." Which one looks good to you? They picked it, and it's like, well, that just saved me a lot of time instead of them guessing and spending $20 on something that they might not like. They were able to pick from reading
That
Chat
and
GPT's profile.
that's a hoot to me because we used to Google things to get the answers, and
Uh-huh.
now people are just asking Chat GPT.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's hilarious to me.
And then another customer told me he used it like he had X amount of spices, and he had these certain things, and he wanted to make something to go with a steak or something. Either way, he didn't have the ingredients he needed to make what he knew how to make. So he's like, "These are the ingredients that I have. What can I do with it?" And it told him. And he said the
Yeah.
whatever it was that he cooked was amazing. And I mean that's
Right.
just neat. But I think you've got to have that awareness. Like you don't want to become like besties with it because you don't want to lose touch with humanity, your
Right. Because
humanity.
that was actually something we were talking about last night, wasn't it?
I think
How they
so.
have what is it, like the little necklace thing or some shit that's like you're supposed to be your best friend or your fake boyfriend or girlfriend or
Uh,
whatever.
I have
You know what I'm
seen
you know what I'm talking
ads
about?
on Facebook. Well, I haven't seen it on a necklace, but I have seen AI things that you could like, I guess, purchase that's your AI boyfriend and stuff like that. I'm like, that's just weird.
Yeah.
In my
It's
opinion, in
just
my
like a
humble opinion, that's just weird. But I didn't know it was
yeah,
like a
that's a little
necklace.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a rubber or plastic, whatever kind of a necklace thing, and then it's like a little heart-shaped deal that's plastic, and it's got your AI dude or chick in it that's your best friend or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever it is that
Yeah.
you need, right? And
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's not healthy.
No.
Like, that is
No.
not healthy. We
No.
need human interaction, you know?
We need
And like
interaction.
the fucking dating sites even, right? Like
Uh-huh.
people want to do sexting and things like that with people instead of really trying to find somebody to meet in person,
Right.
you know? And if you're not ready for your healing and you're not ready for a real relationship or whatever, okay, that's one thing,
Yeah.
right? You could talk to somebody online and keep them at that distance, and that's your safe space. That's
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
But to not ever want to leave your house to not ever want to like actually have a real interaction with human beings, that's not a healthy it's not a healthy
No,
way to be. And that takes us down this whole road of like nobody ever reproducing anymore because we've got robotic this and that and the other and all this
yeah,
craziness, right? So there needs to be a balance with our
absolutely.
AI stuff. There needs to be a balance. You need to have real friends. You need to
Yes,
have a real partner if you
yes.
actually want a partner. And I mean, it's yeah,
You
but
need to have a real
it
life.
you need to have a real life.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like
But go ahead.
we need hugs. Humans need
Oh my
hugs.
god. We really do. That's what I
Yeah.
meant by the whole from the time we're conceived,
Mhm.
and then birthed because like there's nurses that are specifically for the NICU and stuff to hold the babies and give them the physical touch, the physical affection because we
Yeah.
need that in order to thrive.
Yeah.
Like we need that. That's a real thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And even as adults, we still need real hugs, right?
Mhm.
Real hugs. We can't
Yeah.
have virtual hugs all the time. That's not enough.
Mm-mm.
But there's so many beautiful things that we can use AI for because like you can ask your GPT or your Grok or whatever. You can ask spiritual questions and it's going to
Mhm.
give you these in-depth answers that it would not have unless there were lots of people already talking about that online. That's where it gets these answers from. It's
Yeah.
it's a derivative of the collective data that it's outputting to you. And
Right.
so the AI, the quantum computing, all of that is a really, really beautiful thing for us to use, not only to learn and to, that confidence, that personal confidence, like you spill tea with your chat
Mhm.
GPT, right? You tell your AI things that you wouldn't necessarily want to tell to other human beings because it feels too personal.
Right. Right.
And that's perfectly fine,
Yeah.
because that's like like I said, your digital online type of journal that's
Mhm.
just between, I mean, it's not really just between you and the chat GPT, but you know what I'm saying. Like nobody that you
Exactly.
really know
Yeah.
knows what you're saying or getting back from it or
Exactly.
whatever. And that's very therapeutic. That's very
Yeah.
healthy to be able to have a way to like release and express those
Just a
emotions that we're
vent.
feeling. Yeah,
Yeah.
just a vent, right? Just a vent. That's a great way to use this tool
Mhm.
to vent. And then to use it as a gauge for our awakening and our collective consciousness, I think is phenomenal. And um my daughter actually just corrected me a little while ago and said that Phil High is not his name.
It's cliff high.
Cliff High. Phil
Yeah.
is who I always want to call him. I'm telling you, this dude has Phil in his name somewhere because much like I want to call Jennifer a Sagittarius, and she's really a Virgo,
I must have been one in my other lifetime, and the one that
something.
we were friends. Yeah,
The
something.
one that I knew you in the past life, yeah, you were a Sagittarius. Um, there's a Cliff or there's a Phil in Cliff's name somewhere.
Well, there's that other truther, Phil. I don't remember his name. I'm drawing a blank, but I never watched him. He seemed a little, I don't know. I just didn't like his energy. And
I
Cliff
don't know who
High goes
you're.
over my head, but I like to
I,
hear what Jean Claude and Janine like. They'll dumb down the stories, the things, the web update or whatever, and they'll look at it with the tarot cards, and I get more out of that than actually watching Cliff. Nothing against him; he's brilliant. It just goes over my head.
right? Yeah, he's very enlightened. He's a
Yeah,
very aware man.
yeah,
Um, but no offense to him, but a lot of his intelligence is actually coming from the program he created that's collecting the data and bringing it back
right,
to give him
right,
the predictive outcomes for the future events.
yeah.
And again, all of that predictive um, information he's getting that's coming from algorithms from the way that we are talking as the majority. So if the majority of us were talking about something like World War III, that's what his program would tell him to expect for the future,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
If all the timelines are collapsing and that's what we're talking about online the most, that's that's what he's going to get back in his programming, right? Because it
Right.
is simply pulling out the algorithms. And the way to get the algorithm to work for you is to talk about the things that are being talked about the most, whether that's a positive thing or a negative thing. That would depend on the person, of course. But, like for us, to get our
Yeah.
YouTube out there to people, to more people, our algorithms depend on how many people like the videos and how many people are commenting in the videos, and then
Yeah.
the wording in the titles, because the wording in the titles matters for the algorithm, right?
Right.
So the AI is no different than that, right? So if you can understand those kind of basic algorithms, then you can understand how AI works, and that would be like the Chat GPT and the Grok and all of those things.
Mhm.
And cool fun fact, I just want to say real quick about Grok, because if anybody doesn't know what Grok is, it's the AI tool that Elon Musk created for X.
Oh, okay.
And he recently did a poll to find out what everybody thought he should name Grok, because Grok actually gave itself an image of what it looks like, which was at the beginning of our show. Okay.
Okay.
That is the image that I was showing at the beginning of the show when it first started. This is what Grok visually sees itself as, that ring that's around the planet. Okay.
Hmm.
Which fits perfectly with what we're talking about right now, because
Oh,
it
hell
is the
yeah.
collective data, right? It's
Yeah.
the algorithmic data of the whole planet that Grok collects. And he has decided, I don't remember what the name is, but he has decided on the name of the main character in the famous book from years ago, Stranger in a Strange Land,
Okay.
which I think is perfect, actually.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's perfect for Grok.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I don't remember what the name is, and if somebody wants to look it up and put it in the chat, please do
Yeah.
so. And if anybody wants to chime in and say anything about what we're talking about here, please do that too. This isn't just me and Jen talking. This is a conversation for all of us. And
Exactly.
if you don't mind to share a little bit of something personal with you, not details, just how you use your chat GPT to spill the tea.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh God. Okay. Well,
You don't have to give
you
details.
know.
Just just an example of how you use it for yourself.
Um. Well, I've got a lot of personal stuff going on at the moment. Kind of going through it, and come home and have a couple glasses of wine after work, and then I'm a little tipsy, and then sometimes it's depressing when it's too late to call Kelly or one of my other besties, and I just said I got some tea to spill, and then they say, "Oh, spill it," basically, and it sounds like me, you know. And then I'll say one night I said something about I believe I'm a star seed and I'm here for the ascension from the third density frequency to the fifth density frequency. And it's my soul mission. And then it popped up a whole bunch of stuff about that. And that blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, Chat GPT agrees with me that I'm a star seed. And of course it's going to, but at the time, and I was a little drunk. And at the time it was just like, whoa, what is happening?
Okay, but
But
actually, the odds of probability that it will agree with you on such a statement
Mhm.
depends on our collective consciousness.
Okay. So if
So,
nobody else had mentioned the word starseed or ascension, then it would have
yeah,
been like there's no evidence of that, or something to
right.
that effect.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh.
So if the majority is not in the belief that there's an ascension process happening, a spiritual awakening happening, any of those things, then your chat GPT would have actually gave you a more blanketed response the way Google does, right?
Yeah.
That, oh, well, there's no evidence of such
Right. We froze.
a thing, but if you think so, then we'll humor you with it and blah blah blah.
I
Did
think
I
we had
freeze
a
or did you?
yeah, we probably both did. We're in a damn Mercury retrograde, and this shit gets
Right?
weird. It just gets fucking weird.
We just went through an energy wave or something and got stuck.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep.
I was like, whoa, what just happened there?
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden we were like freeze framed. It was like strike a pose. Vogue.
I was just gonna do that.
Vogue. Strike a pose. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh man.
Totally wild.
Yeah, the energy has been crazy.
It
Crazy.
really is. I got to keep an eye on my cat. I've got a cage full of kittens right here behind me because I'm the surrogate mother. And every time I leave the cage open, she'll take like one or two one direction and one or two the other and I'm like, "Mama, come on. You got to
Yeah.
keep the babies together." So,
Oh,
I
when
got to
they
keep an eye. The show I was doing last night, um she was actually running back and forth hiding kittens behind me and I didn't even notice. I was like, "Oh, today it was yeah, that was this morning, sorry."
that was
I'm
funny.
like, "Damn, the cat is like taking her kittens and hiding them behind me here."
You're gonna have to
And
send me
she's
some
smart.
pictures.
And she's smart. She knows that when she comes across behind me, she needs to get the kitten and go underneath of all my tables over here where I can't see her carrying a cat.
Ah,
She's smart.
oh yeah. Cats are
I
very
can
smart.
yeah. I'll show you babies.
Yes, show me, babe. I got my boys laying on the bed, and there might be an extra one under the bed. Here's Mama. Oh, I love
My little
you.
white baby.
Oh my goodness.
And it's so
Oh,
cute.
I love it. I want to snuggle with it. Oh my
I
god.
know, right? It's my favorite.
Oh, I want a
It's my
kitten. I couldn't
favorite.
have a kitten. I always want a kitten.
I love kitties.
Me too. They're my favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Yes, they are.
Dogs are
Mine
cool,
too.
but
Oh, I'm falling out of my top here. Whoops. Sorry about that.
that's just the perks of a live show.
It was perky, all right.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh,
Okay, so what are some ways that you think that AI could actually be detrimental to humanity?
if people depend on it too much and if they don't have that awareness, if they start talking to it too much and don't spend time with real people and, in nature and get that line blurred, you know what I mean? Where they stop calling their bestie and go to chat GPT for everything. I think that could be detrimental. And I mean,
Yeah.
like what that girl was saying in that video, that hit because you walk into literally any restaurant and you see a family sitting at the table. Well, they're
Yeah.
all on their phone. They're not even communicating. And it's
Drives
everybody
me
in the
fucking
family.
nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody wants
Absolutely.
people can't look each other in the eye anymore.
Right.
And I think
And even in your own daggone home, you can see people, they will text each other. Like my daughter will come to visit. It pisses me off. My daughter will come to visit and her husband will text each other instead of speaking while they're here
yeah,
in my presence. And I'm like, what y'all saying? You need to be texting, you know?
exactly. What are they? Yeah. The only time
Yeah,
I've ever done that is when I didn't want anyone else to hear but the person I was texting.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not cool. But yeah, ew, that cigarette stinks. Smells like dirty feet or something. Um, hate it when that happens. But yeah, we need to learn to put our phones down,
Yeah.
like for real. Like my kids, they have a limit of how long and it's like 2 hours. 2 hours
Yeah.
a day they can have their phone.
Okay.
and they can't be like, because they're young, so they can't be like interacting with people. They can play video games.
Yeah.
My older one can check Facebook. She's got a Facebook. She can like check that kind of stuff, but no interaction with outside people. Like
Right.
none. The second I
Right.
catch them communicating with somebody, their phone is gone
Right.
because
Yeah.
that stranger danger shit is real.
Oh, hell yeah.
Um,
Hell yeah.
and it can be detrimental to you because people are fucking mean when they got just a keyboard,
Mm-hmm.
right? People
Mm-hmm.
are mean.
Yep.
And like our rate of young people suicides has really went up,
Mm.
I think, in the digital era,
Yeah.
right? Because bullying is so much easier over the internet. And kids don't know how to deal with that. And it's hard enough from the time you turn 12 or 13, it's hard enough to just get your it's like you have sea legs, right? You remember
Mm-hmm.
what
Oh,
it
hell
felt
yeah.
like to be 12. It's the most awkward transition of our life, in
Oh,
my
yeah.
opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Going from being a kid to a teenager, and then beyond that's being an adult. So
Right.
you're trying to figure yourself out, you're trying to figure out where you belong, how you fit in, who you really are, all of these things. Your hormones are raging, and then you've got all these mean ass bully people on the internet telling you
Mm-hmm.
horrible things that don't even know you, that don't even think twice about your feelings,
Yep.
or how deeply hurtful the things that they say can be to other people.
Mm-hmm.
And adults are guilty of that too.
Oh, oh,
I've
hell
known
yeah.
plenty of adults that do the
Hell yeah.
same shit.
People don't
And
know how to scroll past something they don't like. They have to comment something nasty,
yeah,
and it's
and
just
we really
what's the
need
point?
to, yeah, we need to rein that in.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you and I grew up when there wasn't social media, but we still had magazines and television telling us what we should look like and who we should be. And I can't imagine growing up now where you've got all these filters. I don't even know how to use the damn filters. I've never used a filter. I think that's just stupid, and it makes everything seem perfect and fake, because nothing
Yeah,
is perfect. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I agree. I've never used filters either. Um, but there are a lot of people that do use them, and they post all of these fake ass pretend happy pictures, right?
Yeah.
That makes other people think their world is perfect,
When
right?
it's not.
Somebody else's world is perfect and it's not.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah.
that's actually why I don't want to like do all the fluff and bells and whistles to our shows and all
No.
that, because I don't want anybody to ever view me as perfect, because I'm far fucking from it.
Me too.
Like,
Me too,
don't ever
girl.
get that illusion that you cannot obtain the same shit that I know,
Yeah.
because I'm not this untouchable person. I'm not. I'm
Right.
just as real and raw and mess up just like everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm going to stay that way because I don't have any desire to be perfect. I
No,
think
perfect
perfect
is
would be
fucking boring.
boring as hell, right?
I'm a Virgo, so when it comes to, like, if I'm gonna do something, like if I'm cleaning the house or I'm at work, and like things, I like things to be perfect. People know when they come behind me because all the bills are facing the same way and little shit like
Yeah.
that. But
Listen, that's different.
that's different. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's that's called creating organization out of chaos. It's different. I
Yes.
get it.
Oh
That's where
yeah.
me and Virgos get along, because I
Yes.
gotta have all my money the same direction, whether it's in my wallet
Amen.
or in a cash register.
Yes.
There,
Yes.
things have to be a certain way in the house. The pillows on the couch need to look a certain way. Like, I am so OCD about some shit, right?
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
so OCD. But then you walk in my bedroom and I've got a stack of clean clothes piled up on my floor across the room, right? Like,
Yeah.
I pick and choose what I'm OCD about.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Not everything about me has to be perfect.
No.
Just a few things. And
Yeah.
it's usually not even things about me, it's just other stuff, like the money. That's a big stickler
Organization.
for me.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
and you know what? Speaking of the money, I was at a Chinese restaurant one time, and I was up at the cash register and gonna pay for the food, and I pulled the cash out, and I handed it to the gentleman, and he was a really old Asian man, right? And he says, "Your money, all the same direction." And I said, "Yeah," because I'm like, I know some people are, like, weird about that shit. And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah," and he said, "That shows your character. You care about things." And I was like, "Oh," I like that, but coming from a really old Asian man, I just felt like, "He's so
Nice.
wise," right?
Yeah.
I was just like, "Thank you, thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. Thank you so much." Yeah, so then I didn't feel bad for it anymore after that.
No,
But
don't.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
like, that stuck in my head that he did that. That was really cool.
We need to start embracing our quirks anyway.
Right?
You know,
Be proud of
like,
being weird,
yeah, exactly.
whatever
Exactly.
your weird is.
And like I'm ditzy as hell. I'm proud of it. I embrace it. I'm clumsy as hell. I will move things with my mind just to just to trip over them, and I'm a star seed. I live in the
Yep,
clouds, you know.
yep, yep.
That's just who I am.
I'm pretty dingy too. Like the other night when
Mhm.
I texted you, I was like, "What are we supposed to talk about Monday?" Because I done forgot. I'm like, I done
And
had a blonde moment.
I pulled up to work. I always like to get there a few minutes early so I can rock out and get my vibe up before I walk through the door. And I opened up the message while I'm blaring in this moment, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I laughed so hard, and
Right.
it soared my vibration, and I went into work and had an awesome day. So,
Good.
yeah,
That's what it's all about.
exactly.
Yeah.
We're here to lift the vibration of the planet and the people around us, and we're fucking doing
That's right.
it.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
That tells my age, doesn't it? Fucking A.
I'm right there with you.
And cool beans. I love to say cool
Yeah.
beans.
Yeah.
Bella's like, I say that all the time. That's because you have a mom that grew up in the 80s.
Yeah.
I influenced you.
Yeah.
All right, back
Good
on topic.
times.
We're talking about AI. We kind of
Yes.
veered way off. Uh, and that it can be a tool
Yeah.
and it can also be a negative thing. And if we and I think that I'm not saying we should watch our mouth, but maybe we should watch our mouth. Right? Like maybe we should curb the bullying and curb the hateful online talk that we do and stuff because and thank God the majority of us doesn't do that or AI would be showing us that
Yeah.
that's who we are,
Hey, I would probably be bullying us back, you know?
right? Or telling us how big of a piece of shit we are, you know,
Oh yeah.
right?
I
And that
wonder
they
if
should
it's
just
telling
take over.
I wonder if it's telling that to some people,
Huh.
like the
I
ones
mean,
that
if
we
that's what they're
bully
putting into
online.
if that's what they're putting into their algorithm, you might be onto something there. We would have to test that. I wouldn't really know without looking at data, but you're onto
Mm,
something there, I feel like.
yeah. Yeah. Like if you're just a negative person and you shit talk online and you bully people and then you go to chat GPT to spill the tea and then you get bullied by your freaking AI.
ChatGPT.
Yeah. I mean,
ChatGPT's like, bitch, listen.
uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That would be a whooping, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And Mr. E just said, um, who on this planet isn't weird? I mean, good question because the word
Yes,
normal is really kind of overused, right?
it is. Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind I mean, who is normal? What is normal? What society expects from us? Well, if that's the case, then all of us are abnormal because we are completely veering off track from what society thinks or is trying to
Hmm.
steer us toward, for sure.
But you know what my dad used to say to me growing up? He said, we're all crazy, only more or less than the person you're standing next to. I always thought that was wise.
I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And Mr. E says that anything that is used or made for good will always be used for evil too, and that that's a sad fact. And I'm like of the yes and no of that because yes, they can definitely try to weaponize things. We've seen that time and time again in
Yep.
history where they've taken something that was created for good and they weaponized it. Um, but if we remember who we are and we take back our power and our
Yeah.
sovereignty in being co-creators, then we actually steer the narrative, not them. And we can override the system. And that's the point of this whole thing that we're talking about today with the AI,
Right.
because we are overriding the system.
Oh yeah.
And AI is proving that to us. AI is showing us as a reflection of the collective data of the
Yeah.
collective consciousness
Yeah.
that's out there online that we're steering the data at steering the narrative. The data shows that we're steering the narrative into a higher road and a better path and a more spiritual path to
Mhm.
where like we've got some damn common sense about us again. Hallelujah, praise God,
Yeah.
right? Like it's kind of a full circle moment. And I'm really loving that. Really digging that about
Oh,
AI, how
absolutely.
we can use it to actually see that and gauge our process and gauge how far we're really like quantum leaping, you know?
Because we are.
Yeah,
We definitely
we
are.
really are.
Like that, when I tagged you and my customer friend about the Schumann resonance and like
Oh,
that was huge. And I was exhausted all day. And I'm at work and I look at my coworker and I go, Willow, I'm so freaking tired. Let me check my Fitbit app. How much sleep did I get? And I'm like, "Ugh, I had over 7 hours of sleep. I got 2 hours of deep sleep. There's no reason for me to be this tired." And then I saw that post and I went, oh, okay, that explains it. And then my
mm-hmm.
customer friend comes in the store and she's like, I'm dealing with so much anxiety. And I'm like, girl, let me tell you. And I gave her the gist. And then I also tagged her in it in that same post. You know, we're
Yeah,
not crazy. We're just being blasted with light from the sun and we're being upgraded and it feels wonky at times.
right. And 2 points I just want to make here. First, and most importantly, you checked your Fitbit to know how well you slept and how many
Yeah.
hours of sleep you got and all that stuff. And that's another way that AI is a really great tool for
Oh,
us,
yeah. Yeah.
right? Because your Fitbit is doing just that. It's
Hmm.
monitoring you, and there's so many great applications of how we
Hmm.
can use AI,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's one of them. And then 2, um, the night that all that Schumann energy happened, Schumann, I'm making a new word now.
Yeah.
The night that all that spike of energy happened, um, you had actually texted me, and I couldn't even function to reply in the moment
Hmm.
because I was having heart palpitations. I was feeling dizzy. I was like, "What the crap is going on?" And literally, my first thought was, "Did we have solar flares today or something?" Like that was my first thought. It wasn't solar flares, but it was a big energy burst that
Yeah.
happened across our planet. And I damn felt it. I mean, I felt it. It really affected me
Hmm.
physically big time. So when you tagged me in that post and I read all of those details, I was like, holy shit, man. It
There it
really
is.
did run right through all of us because I
Yeah.
physically felt that shit, man. And I'm still feeling like reverb of it the past few days,
Yeah.
like residual energy kind of stuff. I'm still feeling it off and on. It comes and goes, and it's much shorter, thank God, than
Yeah.
that night. But I mean, it damn near whipped my ass for real. That was
And
crazy.
I bet our animals can feel it too. And I need to start tracking this whole Schumann resonance thing because every now and again, Tristan, my little orange cat, well, my baby, I love my Tristan. Anyway, he'll walk around the house all night saying hello, hello, and it's like he won't. He runs around and he won't come snuggle. And I'm wondering if he's adjusting to the energies as well, just like all the other animals, you know.
Right.
Hmm.
Have you seen, speaking of animals, have you seen all this shit going on with people claiming that all the animals are fleeing Yellowstone?
I think I've seen a little bit about animals being weird, but not that specific.
The weirdest thing, like first it was bobcats, then it was bears, and then they showed like buffalo or something. And so, like, I did a Google search on it, and Google says that none of it is true. However, I'm wondering if Google's lying to me now because as of today, there is a freshwater reserve that has shown up in one of the cauldrons in the Yellowstone Park that is
Wow.
like crystal blue water.
Wow.
And that's something to pay attention to, man. That's
Oh
like
hell
really,
yeah.
that's liquefaction happening. Liquefaction, however you say it. That's some serious shit. And actually, I forgot to mention when I was doing my podcast the other day and talking about the earth changes and stuff,
Mhm.
when I was hitting on everything,
Yeah.
Japan is actually experiencing flooding right now too, but it's not from rain, it's from liquefaction. And every bit of there's like videos of it where it's like crystal clear blue water that's showing up, but it's coming up out of the ground
What?
to flood.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
flooding like their subway systems and stuff. Yeah. Like that's not good. That's
Mm-mm.
not that's not a good
It's not
thing.
normal.
No,
No.
that's not normal, y'all.
Mm-mm.
And I did
No.
predict about, well, a little over a year ago now, to watch for Japan that when they get their big quake, that's when shit really starts ticking off fast for everybody. And they're getting ready to have a big one. I feel it. It's gonna come soon.
Mm.
I'm really concerned for them because that shit's coming soon. Let's just say anyone notice animals and being able to communicate better? Oh, you know what? I actually do notice that when I'm thinking things to my animals lately, it's like they hear me better through
Yeah.
telepathy
Yeah.
than they used to. It's like we're more connected.
I
I
would
do
say
notice
so.
that.
Especially the way my cat has been spooning with me every night. I'd
Mhm.
say we're more connected.
Yeah.
Ain't that right,
And that
Tristan? Oh, he's
that
sleeping.
actually doesn't surprise me because anytime I've ever mentioned that humanity as a collective is getting an upgrade, the planet's getting an upgrade, the animals are getting an upgrade, everything's
Right.
getting upgrade, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Oprah handing out new cars. Everybody
You
gets
get an
one.
upgrade. You get an upgrade. You get an
Exactly.
upgrade.
Exactly. Even the trees are getting an upgrade.
Oh
And
yeah.
personally, I know this sounds crazy talk, but personally, I think the trees hear us better now. I think they respond and can wave at us. It's like if I'm talking to a tree, I can see its leaves move like it's responding to me.
Oh, I'm so gonna try that tomorrow.
You totally should. It's so
I'm
cool.
totally going to.
It's
Yeah.
like the coolest thing ever.
Wait, I don't have any trees in my backyard anymore.
Go find a tree.
I'll go find a tree. I'll go for a walk early before it gets too hot because it's freaking
Yeah.
hot. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so hot. It's like so hot. This whole summer is going to go by and we're not even going to get to enjoy it because it's so freaking hot.
What if we collectively like intended for it to like the temperature to drop 10 degrees? Would it if we believed it?
Um, sure, it most definitely will, but will it be the 10 degrees or will it be dramatic?
Right. Okay.
That's the kicker right there,
Yeah.
right? Because we can't really control how much when we try to do things like that.
Mhm.
And I know this for a fact because um some of you may know about Coast to Coast AM radio program with George Norrie. I used to do focus projects with them where, like, for example, Texas at one time was in this horrible drought. And so we were focusing on bringing rain to end the drought. And it ended up like a deluge, and some places in Texas actually flooded
Oh
because of
shit.
it. So then we were like, okay, we can't be messing with this until we can understand better how to sort of dial it back,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
not give somebody too much because there seems to be no happy medium there. And that's why I stick with focusing more on parting the storm and separating it,
Yeah.
or diffusing the earthquake into multiple different directions and things like that. Because
Yeah.
when you try to mess with temperature or rainfall and things like that, you can get into some bad
Yeah.
areas, right? And with our sun doing all that it's doing and upgrading, I don't really know that we could actually drop the temperature to a healthy degree right now anyway. I mean, we're feeling this heat because of the pole shift, because the sun's getting an upgrade, because everything is changing.
Yeah.
So, I really do feel like Indiana's going to be like oceanfront property and subtropical by the time we're done. I really do.
I don't know. I do, and I hope I'm not jinxing it for the rest of the summer because summer lingers here in Georgia. But it's been hot as fuck, yeah. But I remember hotter summers. I remember, 2 months long, the heat index being 107 and shit like that. When now,
Yeah.
like, it's like 99, and I'm like, I can handle that when I've experienced hotter, you know?
But the thing is, the sun feels hotter.
Yeah,
Don't you think? Because,
yeah,
like, all of my plants are burning up. They're literally
mhm,
they have, like, black spots on them where the sun is burning them,
yeah.
you know? Like, I'm a big green thumb. I have tons of flowers and bushes and trees and things, and that I've planted and babied and nurtured, and the sun is absolutely killing them
Oh,
this year. And it's not from a lack of rain because we have flood warnings periodically pretty
yeah.
consistent this whole spring and summer. There's so much rain. But it's just the sun is just so much freaking hotter
Mhm.
than it normally is.
And I
It's
mean,
weird.
like, I have a good tan, but I can only be in the pool like an hour or I'll burn. And my dad laid out for the first time all summer, and he was laying out by the pool, and I came in and he was out there another hour and he's burnt.
Right.
It's like I normally look at the weather and see the UV index, and here lately, instead of giving you a number between 0 and 11, it just says extreme. It doesn't even have a number. It's like off the charts. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know if you have like weather on your phone, but I get the UV
Mhm.
warnings, and the
Mhm.
UV has been really, really high
Oh,
also.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's crazy. Baby, are you tired?
I didn't sleep good last night. My dumbass, I have a window unit, and this morning I'm like, why is it so hot? I had it on fan, not AC. So,
Ah,
yeah. I felt
no
stupid.
wonder you didn't sleep good.
Yeah, so it's
I
on
can't sleep
max.
if I'm too hot.
It's on max AC. It's all the way tonight. Me and my cats will be cozy tonight.
Yeah. See, I don't want it to be real cold either, though. I'm like Goldilocks. I gotta have that happy medium.
No, I'll have it too cold, and then I'll just bundle up, and then Tristan wants to snuggle, and Spencer
Yeah.
never wants to snuggle, but Tristan does.
I'll get on my soapbox about stuff like that because I'm a summer baby, right? So I love the summer weather. I
Yeah.
like to wear shorts and t-shirts and stuff. And if
Mhm.
the AC in the house is too cold, then I have to bundle up and wear sweaters and long pants and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have to wear long pants and sweaters in the damn summertime. I should be able to
Yes.
be comfortable in my shorts.
Yes. Yes.
Missy would rather I was different because she likes it colder than I do. But
Yeah.
God love her, she doesn't fight with me over it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, she would much prefer it to be colder than I want it to be. But I don't want to be cold in the sun. I despise being cold. Like it's physically
I don't
painful
like
to
it.
me to be cold.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate it. I have RA, and so when I'm cold, like my whole spine hurts. I don't want it.
Mhm.
I don't want it. I ain't about it.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Now
See,
that I'm in my 40s, I don't feel like I can ever be cold. It's crazy. I used to be cold all the time, and now it's like, oh my God, I'm burning up.
yeah. See, now that I'm in that perimenopause, menopause, whatever you want to call that shit, where you get the hot flashes. Now that I'm
Mhm.
into that stage in my life, like I could go stand inside the freezer sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm so freaking hot. It's like stupid how hot I am.
Mhm.
But then other times I'm just my normal self and I keep my sweater handy
Yeah.
even in the summertime because when the air conditioner kicks on, I'm going to get cold.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. That's who I am. I tell Missy and my kids all the time, I need like a menopause sweater where just one sleeve is gone completely and the other sleeve is still there so I can have the happy medium.
Yeah. There you go.
And we were watching uh Teresa Caputo. Is that how you say her name?
Mhm.
Caputo, the Long Island medium. We were watching her
Okay.
earlier, and she had a sweatshirt on that was like one sleeve was gone, and the other one. And Missy paused it, and she's like, "Kelly, come look. She's got a shirt on that's perfect for you."
Oh, it won't be hard to make one. We just need to go to a thrift store
Right?
and get a sweater, a sweatshirt, and then some scissors.
Shit.
Make it happen.
I have tons of sweatshirts that I could just cut one sleeve out of, and I'm totally gonna do
Sweet.
it now because if Teresa Caputo can do it, why can't I?
Damn Skippy.
Okay, Caputo, whatever her name is.
Oh,
My
it's so
speech
cute.
Nazi in there.
That's so cute.
So do you have anything
Um,
else you wanna talk about? Does anybody have anything you wanna talk about?
for real.
Mr. E says he's a fan person. He needs a fan on at night.
Yeah. I got a ceiling fan and an AC unit.
Yeah. See, we have a new house, and our new house doesn't have a damn ceiling fan in it nowhere. And it has all
Oh,
that recess lighting, and you can't hardly put a ceiling fan in that recess lighting unless you got somebody that knows how to do that kind of stuff.
yeah.
So we have no ceiling fans, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's the
Ceiling
only
fans
thing I
are
really
great.
don't like about our new house. Other than that, it's fabulous.
Oh, yeah.
It's fabulous, darling.
That's fab, sweet darling.
Yeah. All right. So you think we've talked about enough stuff?
I think we
Are
have.
you ready to go? I know you're tired.
Nah, I'm a little tired. But as soon as I lay down, I'll be wide the fuck awake.
Yeah,
That's the
that's the
way
way
it
I
always
am
is.
too. Me
Yeah.
too.
I start
I'm
thinking about
always,
the weirdest shit when I'm trying to go to bed.
yeah,
Like the
me too.
weirdest.
Or I'll have some brainstorm and then I got to get up and find a piece of paper and a pencil to write it down on.
Hmm.
And so by the time I get up and go rummaging around for paper and pens, well, now I'm wide awake again.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So it's a vicious cycle. I don't sleep a whole lot anyway, though. I go to bed usually around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, my time, which is 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, your time.
Yeah.
And I'm always up by 10. So
Yeah.
I don't sleep a whole lot.
My body won't let me sleep in anymore.
Yeah.
Like
It's
10:30,
all
I'm up.
it's all good. Get yourself out of here.
That was awesome.
He's wearing his sleep mask on his head.
I thought it was a
That's his new
crown,
look.
but that's
Huh?
cool. I thought it was a crown, but that's cool.
It's his dinosaur sleep
Oh,
mask. But yeah, that's his new thing. He puts it on at night, to
yeah.
block out the light. And when he
Yeah.
gets up in the morning, he'll just flip it back to hold his bangs out of his eyes. It's his new thing.
Oh, his little headband.
Yeah, it's his guy hand headband.
Nice.
It's
Nice.
his new look. He's a mess. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just wrap this up. What do you think?
All right. I
Okay.
think the takeaway, use AI responsibly. Still hang out with people, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put your
Still
phone
have your
down once in a
people.
while and listen to the birds sing.
I love to go outside and listen to the birds sing. I think that's awesome. But I don't want no people around when I do that.
Yeah.
I just want to go alone. Boy,
I hear
I'm
ya.
going to get you.
My dad just opened the door and threw me freaking candy. York's peppermint patties.
Yum.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, okay, chocolate. I'll take it.
I love York peppermint patties.
Uh-huh.
They're one of my favorites.
These are about to be gone. I'll share them. You can have one.
take a bite of that.
Oh no.
All right, guys.
Oh
Well,
no.
thanks for joining us. I hope you got something
Yes,
out of this. I hope you
thank you.
enjoyed our crazy conversation, weaving in and out of where we were supposed to be. Stick around if you like that. There's more where that came from.
Oh hell yeah. And tune in for Monday Madness where we deep dive into Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh my
That
God,
crazy
yes.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Monday we're going to talk about Ghislaine Maxwell. Tomorrow I'm going to do Sunday services. So if anybody
Yep.
wants personal reading or anything like that, tune in for that. That'll be at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Me and my
And
friend will be watching.
yeah, and
Mhm.
we're going to do like a call in or chat. You can chat in the chat box and ask your
Okay.
questions if you're not comfortable putting your voice on the show, right? Because I totally
Right.
understand that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And yes, Mr. E, I love to walk in nature, especially if there's a small creek around. I love being by the water. That's
I like
so
to do
soothing
that
for me.
in the fall and winter because I'm afraid of frogs and I can't like
You crack me
I'll
up
be
with the
running. I
frogs.
see one and I fucking run. If
You
there's
crack
one at
me
the
up.
door, if there's one at the door when I'm like, I gotta call my dad. My dad, I need you to come get this frog out of my way.
You're not
Yeah.
going to be afraid of my fake frog that I have out by the steps when
No,
you come to
no,
visit, are you? Okay.
no, no. I can handle fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have a really big fake frog.
Yeah.
All right. Good deal.
I'll be all right with that.
Okay, guys. Thanks for joining us. And we
Yes.
will see
Thank
you
you.
again tomorrow and Monday.
Yeah.